welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about how I'm able to differentiate between my ego and my intuition. Now, everything I speak about on my channel is about from my personal journey. Certain things I feel like through my journey, there's certain understandings I've had, and I've birthed a new understanding, a new perspective, a knowledge I've gained from having a new life experience. You know what I'm saying? So, from hold on from start, okay, I feel like we're all God's creation, experiencing God's creation. And what I mean, let me fix my hair. It's bothering me. It's bothering me. Okay, sorry. Okay. I feel like we're all God's creation, experiencing God's creation. I feel like this is my understanding from my journey, okay? I feel like we all have an invisible tether, like a white line tying to one. Like we all have invisible strings tying us to one source, which is God, the creator of all. We're all God's creation, experiencing God's creation. I feel like that tether is our soul. So I feel like our intuition is God speaking to you through you. And for my journey, I've learned how to differentiate between my intuition and my ego, because your intuition was, I'm gonna just speak for me, okay? And if it resonates with you, then okay. But for me personally, like, oh, excuse me, I guess confirmation burp. No, I love when readers do that though, but my bad. But no, I feel like for me personally, like my intuition never like screams at me. She never like shouts at me. You know what I'm saying? It's very subtle. And in the past, when I first began my journey, like I made sure, like, because I'm a Pisces, okay, I'm naturally easily gullible, okay. Well, back then, but I know I have a strong intuition because of certain things I haven't lived, I don't understand, but certain things is just that I'm able to just know. Okay, your intuition is the part of you that reads energy. Because, for example, two people could say the same exact thing to you. Like one person could be saying congratulations, another person, I stutter, I'm sorry. One person could be saying congratulations, another person could be saying congratulations. But for one person it feels genuine, the other person it just feels, for some reason it feels off. It just feels like they're doing it because they feel like they're supposed to. Like, I don't know, it just for some reason just don't feel genuine. That's your intuition reading the energy behind those two exact words. Okay, the energy behind it is different, right? And for me personally, like, my intuition is the part of me that guides me into the unknown, but knows, you know what I'm saying, knows what the unknown is, you know, and tells me certain actions, certain thoughts, certain clarities that I don't have no physical proof to, but for some reason, it's like it sits in your pit. Like, I don't know, it's just for some reason, some part of me is feeling like this isn't true. Some part of me is feeling like this is true. Some part of me is feeling like, you know what I mean? And for me personally, because I talk to myself naturally, and I will tell everybody to talk to yourself, because you're God's creation, experiencing God's creation, meaning you don't need to go to nothing outside of yourself. Sometimes your intuition will guide you to certain things, yes. But a lot of times for me personally, when I'm so overwhelmed, like for example, let's say something I need to release, or a friendship, or something I feel like is not right, or something let's say for example, a friendship I feel like I need to release or whatever. I would have this feeling like, go whatever. I feel so overwhelmed with the thoughts, and I would get certain signs, certain confirmations, what they say, or what they do, or certain reading confirmation or whatever. But it's just like the part of me that does not want to believe it. I would have to sit and talk to myself like, hey God, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I look, feel like you're telling me this. Like, you have to talk to God like he's right there with you. You know what I'm saying? And while you're sitting there talking to yourself, but you're talking out loud to God, I promise you, and think back to times when you've talked to yourself, you will start using the word you. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, for example, I'll be talking to someone like, okay, yeah, I know, okay, I feel like you're low-key telling me this or whatever. And okay, so yeah, maybe, okay, I know I low-key should be doing this right now, but I should be talking like that or whatever. And it's just like, I'll just be talking, I'll just talk to myself, and I'll just get into flow state, you know? And then I'll understand something like, okay, but you know you saw that video telling you how to do this, and you know you've been wanting to do that, so why are you sitting there? Okay, why are you even asking questions? Okay, but you know she did say this or whatever, and like you already feel like that's confirmation of this, that, and the third, which you already saw that video, so why are you questioning? Like, it will literally come through like that, and it'll be like, at first it's me talking to me, and then I'll just freeze, and I'll be like, and then I'll replay that sentence that was just said, that I just said, and then I'll be like, not you ate me up, intuition. Like, that's how I differentiate my intuition, when I'm talking to myself and the words I'm saying to myself turn from I to you, you know, or if I'm talking to myself and there's like, it's so subtle, like, and for you to have a clear a clear connection with your intuition, you have to get to a place where, oh no, your intuition can find a way to connect with you. You don't have to be a certain version of yourself. Every single version of yourself is the correct version of yourself, because for that chapter, for that experience, for that moment, it's who you were meant to be to experience or gain the knowledge you're meant to gain from that experience. So I'm not going to say, okay, you need to be X, Y, and Z, but you need to start at the same time getting clear and removing those extra voices in your head from things, from experiences you've had, from truths you've told yourself, from certain life experiences you've lived that's had you feel like certain things are truths. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I cannot meditate. Okay, I can meditate, yes, but like it's not my go-to for me to get clarity. It's not my go-to for me to ground myself, you know? It's something I do when I feel called to, but it's not my go-to for when my brain or my mind is overwhelmed or over just so many things going through it. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's me sitting and talking to myself and actually sitting and addressing all those different thoughts that I feel like is overwhelming me. I don't want to think, I don't want to feel, I don't want to believe, and bringing it to the forefront. And then actually I get to the root of why I'm thinking it, why I'm feeling it. My intuition be eating me up. She be eating me down. She be eating me off the bone clean. Okay, she be actually biting the plates and all, biting the plate, fork. She be eating me up, okay? And I'm pretty sure your intuition be eating you up too. But a lot of times for us, because our intuition will never shout, me personally, my intuition will never shout at me. So since it's so subtle, a lot of times I feel like that's when, me personally, from my life experience, I feel like that's when God has had to step in, because God's always guiding us to where we're meant to be. You know, I'm always giving us a sign of what new chapter we're entering, what you're about to experience, people you're about to meet, who's about to be long term, who's about to be released, what you're about to get. He's always giving signs. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times there's certain parts of our lives that we are stubborn with releasing. God's like, it's like this. You want to do it? God's like, hey, I got a new journal. And no, okay, I'm gonna use this one. Hey, I got a new journal. I got this pretty flower on it. Comes with a pen. I'm like, no, but I like the journal I have. He's like, I'm gonna take this journal and then I'm gonna replace it with a better one. I'm just like, okay, but no. I've gotten comfortable with this journal. I know it's journal. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Like, why trying to release a journal? He's like, okay, give me this ashtray. I'll give you this ashtray. Okay, yeah, sure. Certain things you're willing to release with no problem. You know, okay, sure. Exchange, release. New it comes in. But certain things would be like, no. So then God will literally have to like pry it out our hands. And that's when we experience tower moments or friendships gone wrong to where it hurts you. Like me personally, when I've had friendship, looking back now with this thing I have, I'm gonna do a video on this. But when I've had friendship that had to release from a place of like them doing some really fucked up shit or them hurting me or them becoming weird, I'm understanding that God already gave me subtle signs looking back that this chapter needs to close. And since I wasn't willing to, he had to do it in a way that it was so painful to where I had no choice but to not second guess releasing that thing. You get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like for me personally, I let my intuition speak to me through me. And another way I know it's my intuition is when, if let's say, for example, I'm gonna give you a great example. I'm gonna do a story time on this, but my other channel. But there was one time I didn't have a job at the time. It was like I think it was 2022. I didn't have a job at the time or whatever. And I was trying to manifest getting my nails and toes done with no cost to me, right? So I'm sitting in bed, whatever, I'm watching TV. I had a projector at this time, right? I'm watching TV. And something was like, okay, go for a walk. I'm just like, it's hot in Houston. Now I'm going to go for a walk. Me personally, I know now when my intuition gives me that certain inkling to do that thing. And I like to say, like, for example, go take a bath, right? When you're laying in bed, you're chilling, you already took a shower. Why am I feeling like, why would I take a shower? Like, you're trying to like reason with it, like, why am I taking a bath? Whole time that bath is for a reason. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I have that thought when I have that thought 3 times, that means it's my intuition. That means I don't know the reason, the why, the gain. I just know my intuition is calling me to do this thing. So I'm gonna just say fuck it, then do it. Once I have it 3 times or more than 3 times, I act on it. So I'm just like, I don't know why I feel called to do this. Fuck it, I'm gonna just go do it, right? But back to the story. So Mr. I go take a walk or whatever. I'm just like, it's hot. I'm okay. Maybe I will. I don't know, but it's hot outside. My teacher was like, okay, you can take the dog with you. You know what I'm saying? Take a little walk. You can enter the mall. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how do I even go for a walk? I kept watching my TV, went to the next episode or whatever. And then the projector started tripping when my account was not connected to Netflix. I had to reconnect it. And I'm just like, and I had the thought again to go for a walk. I reconnected it. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for a walk. Got up, got the dog. Went to the mall, going for a walk. A lady was walking around the mall handing out flyers, okay? She was handing out flyers for her newly opened nail shop. And if you come with your flyer, you get a free pedicure and you get a free manicure for $10. No, you get a manicure for $10, your choice of any acrylic size, whatever, basically. You come with the flyer. And it was on the flyer. I'm just like, it was no cost to me. Like, I got the pedicure. I got the manicure, too. I paid, that thing was like $10. There was like probably $5. I remember it was probably like $5 or $10. I don't remember. I don't think both of it was free. I know the pedicure was free for sure, but I remember the nails was like $5 or $10 if it was free. But I know you could choose whatever size you wanted. Bitch, if I didn't go for that walk that I kept feeling called to go for, I would never have what I try to manifest, which is something so small, but like, you know what I'm trying to say? For example, there's times when I felt called to take a bath and I'm just like, I don't want to, whatever. And I finally do it. I'm like, okay, finally, plug is here. I got my medicine. I take a bath, sit there, whatever. I listen to certain music. I listen to a song. I let Alexa shuffle the song. A song comes up to have me in a certain train of thought. Now I'm thinking deep. Now I'm unlocking new understanding. Now I'm doing some research. Now I'm actually acting on certain things that I was supposed to be act on because my intuition knew what position to put me in to do what the fuck I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So those little voices is like, you might not know. And me personally, I get into a place of like fear of listening to my ego, because your ego is a part of you that wants that ego is not bad. Ego is the contrast needed in life, the yin and yang of life. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you act from your ego, the pain or the misunderstanding or the hurt or whatever you experience from acting on your ego, it's a catalyst for the knowledge you need to gain for next time, you knowing what action to take, what voice to listen to. You know what I'm trying to say? So for me personally, like, I had a fear of listening to my ego at the beginning of my journey because I didn't want to not act from God. I didn't want to have ill with people. I didn't want to be out of alignment, and I had a big fear of that. So at this time when I was manifest, you know what I'm saying? I'm living and thinking for my higher self. I'm acting for my higher self. I'm embodying the mindset. I have it on my board right here. What's it like? Where is it? I'm embodying the mindset and actions for my higher self. Like, I'm embodying, I don't, like, that means, to me, when I make that affirmation for myself, it's like me saying to myself, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if what I'm doing is right or wrong. I'm going to just trust that every action I'm taking is my higher self taking over. And that has helped me create so much peace within myself, you know, because everything's for a reason. So it helps me release the doubt of not knowing if what I'm doing is right or wrong. It's just trusting myself. And from me trusting myself, I feel like I have gotten more consistent with staying in alignment. I've always been in alignment. You're always in alignment, technically. But I've gotten more consistent with feeling in alignments. Yes. So certain actions, I don't feel sure people, because it's like when your intuition tells you to do certain things or calls you to leave certain spaces or calls you to release certain things, you might not have like, literally sometimes, for me personally, most of the times, there is no 3D proof, 3D reasoning as to why the F I feel called to do this. I'm being told to do this. What do you mean? And that's what used to keep me stuck back then, because I used to like to fuck around and find out, because it's like, God, show me. Yeah, I feel like you're telling me this, but show me, because what do you mean? Like, why should I release this? I feel like, and I would sit there and reason with myself, like, and I would tell myself all the reasons why it don't make sense to release these things, all the reasons why I shouldn't go to this place, you know what I'm saying? Like, right? And then it's just like, that's how, like, I feel like I unknowingly put myself in a place where I had to unknowingly experience pain. Because when God was subtly telling me to do something, sometimes through my intuition, feeling called to do certain things, feeling called to release certain things, I would reason and talk myself out of it because make it make sense. But a lot of times, God's bigger picture will never make sense till you're in that new space and you're grounded in that new space, and then you're able to look back and be like, oh, that's why I feel called to do this. That's why I didn't want to go there. That's why my phone wasn't working that day. That's why she said that thing. That's why they did that thing, because God was trying to get me to be here. 2 + 2 is 4, baby. Okay. I talked on this record in this video, but okay, your intuition is a direct connection to God. okay? When you're talking to yourself, which you should get into doing more consistently. I feel like everybody should. It's up to you, whichever version works for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when you start saying you, just know that's God talking to you through you. And if you have an inkling to do something, or you have a certain thought that keeps circling in your mind about a person or a place or a thing to do or action, and it repeats itself more than 3 times, just act on it. Don't try to do I look high? I feel like I do. Because I'm like, well, my eyes look so low. But, oh yeah, just act on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to give yourself a reason, because sometimes a lot of gods, like for example, slavery, from the people experiencing it, they didn't see God's bigger picture. They didn't see it. Segregation, they didn't see it. The march, they didn't see it. They couldn't fathom the lens of where it was going to lead to. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's all I have to say. God's picture, God's plan is bigger than your human brain can fathom, because he knows the beginning and the middle. But the way for you to walk in his plan without you needing to know the when, who, what's, where, is by you following your intuition, by you trusting in yourself. And it's going to be a trial and error. It's going to be a trial and error. Everything in life is trial and error. Sometimes when you think it's the intuition, sometimes your ego. But from that experience of listening to your ego and thinking it was your intuition, you experience what signs to pick up on next time, what to listen to, what not to listen to. You know what I'm saying? How to know, how not to know. You gain knowledge from that. After a couple times of trial and error, you get to a point where you're so consistent, you're so clear on what your intuition is that nothing can shake you. And I can sit in your face and be like, well, that's not what I meant by that. No, the intuition was too loud. My intuition took the energy and interpreted in words to me. And I tried to ignore it, but it repeated itself. So right now, I'm not going to fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say something needs to be released. If certain things keep fucking up in that thing, intuition telling you, maybe you should release that thing, maybe you should release that, maybe you should release that job. Act on it. Don't fuck around and find out to where you experience pain to release what your intuition has been telling you to do. I stutter a lot. I hope you understood. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If you did, but that is the conclusion. Okay, bye y'all. Quite like you, but I lie.